Okay, so here is the demo for how to draw a human head in 12 steps. So the first thing you're going to do is step 1, draw the overall shape of the head like an upside down egg. And so for this, you're just going to draw a kind of half circle on the top and then make it a little thinner towards the bottom. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as it's kind of wider at the top, you're okay. Another thing you can do would be a circle and then down from the sides on either side to then make it, and then you could erase on the inside of that. So that's another way to draw the head. So that's the shape of the head. Next is going to come step like 1.2 on your sheet, which is drawing the line of symmetry. So right down the middle of the head, that's line of symmetry. That's the line where you're going to have the same thing on one side as the other side. So eyes or nostrils, ears, etc. So now we're going to start building the placement. We're not going to do the details, we're just going to do the placement. So we're going to first start between the top of the head and the chin. Halfway between that, we're going to find our eye line. So I'm putting a little dotted line there. So that's halfway, that's the eyes. That's the placement of where the eyes are. There's a lot more space than what we usually take for granted because the hair is up there. Another halfway down from the eyes then, between the eyes and the chin, about halfway there. As we come across, that's going to be the bottom of the nose. So that's a quarter of the way up. And that varies for different people. So sometimes that's a little higher, sometimes it's a little lower, but generally that's the bottom of the nose. Step 4, we're going to do the mouth line. So about halfway, or an eighth of the way up, half of the quarter, something like that is going to be your mouth line. This one varies quite a bit, so you can see on this person, my nose is lower, so the mouth line, that'll actually be the bottom of the lip. Sometimes that's the middle of the mouth. It kind of depends on the person. But we're just placing things in. So now we have the bottom of the nose, we have the mouth line, and now we're ready for the hairline, step 5. So for step 5, the hairline, about 2/3 of the way up from the eyes is where the hairline is. So there's where the hair, this is where it grows out from. And then it usually comes down and over a bit, down and over a bit. The hairline sometimes curves, sometimes it's straight for people. It just depends on your person. For step 6, we're going to add the neck. The neck generally falls where the mouth line touches the chin. Mouth line touches the chin, and then down and over. So that's how you're going to make sure that your person doesn't have a super thin neck. Some people's necks are a bit wider, some people's necks are a bit more narrow, but if you go from where the mouth line hits the chin, that's a good general place to put it. Now we're halfway home. Next we're going to add the eyes. So for the eyes, we're going to place the eyes and then everything gets placed off of that. The eyes are generally about 5 eyes wide across the head. So if you generally put in, there's 5 eyes wide, that's how you know how wide to make the eyes and where to place them. So now I'll just kind of keep the outer shape of the eyes that I really want, and I'll get rid of the parts that I don't need anymore. And that's going to give me pretty natural sized eyes, nothing like comic book style. And basic placement as well. So there's the eyes. Don't do the details yet because then it gives you a chance to adjust. Next we're going to get the nose in there. So from the inner part of the eye, the tear duct down, that's going to be the outer nostrils of the nose. And then the bottom of the nose, we already have the line there. So we're just going to place that now. And then last, we're going to put the mouth for this lower part. So from the middle of the eye, cry a tear down to the mouth line, and that's the outer part of the mouth generally. So then you can draw your inside part of the mouth in general. That's basically where your mouth is. Final additions, step 10, we're going to add the ears. So the ears generally are about between the eyes and the nose. So we can start the top and bottom there. Eyes and the nose line. So that's about where the ears are going to be. That varies for people, but generally that's the ear placement. Step 11, we're going to add the eyebrows. So whatever the top of your eye is, just follow that curve. And that's about where your eyebrows are. Generally a little bit thicker towards the inside than the outside, but that varies for people. And then step 12, all you need to do, so this is your person. So now, once you have your person, now you can do all the fun stuff. So you erase the guidelines for step 12. You can add the hair. The way the hair is going to be added is going to grow out from the scalp, however you want your person's hair to grow. It can grow down in front of the hair, down in front, go out from the scalp. You can make it darker and lighter however you want, but give your person some hair. Now you can finally go back in and add the features, details of the eyes, eyelids, inner ear, side of the nose, maybe a little bit with shading, and you can add your expression for your mouth as well. And before you know it, you're going to have something that resembles a human in a pretty nice way. So there's your person demo, 12 steps. Enjoy.